guys, welcome back to Candid Cinema. I'm your host, Amanda, otherwise known as AMX NDA Reviews on Twitter, Instagram, and Letterboxd. Guys, we had a day today. So I am joined today by AJ, Ryan, Lo, and Mr. Kurapika Deed right there. Guys, how are we feeling after this long-ass day?
Exhausted. Emotionally, mentally,
He
all of the things.
Early sleep, so that's besides the point.
I'm going to sleep after this. I have work at 3 in the morning.
Oh my god. Such a trooper.
I've been up since 5:30. This feels like my first football Sunday, where like you watch games all day long, you're drinking all day long, you're eating food all day long, and now we're at like 9:18. It's Sunday night football, and I'm just like, I gotta go to bed. I gotta work tomorrow morning.
I know, it's exhausting. So thank you guys for joining us tonight. We're going to be doing a whole recap. We're going to hammer through and go so fast, don't worry, of DC FanDome today. So first up, we have Wonder Woman 1984. So we got a first look at Cheetah, some more fight choreography, which is really cool with Diana and Cheetah. And then we have some regular humor from Steve Trevor. So Mr. Krappa, I know you're excited. I know you're so stoked for Wonder Woman because you chose her in the DC draft that we did, my friend. So what were your thoughts?
All right, so leading off, Patty Jenkins is my hero. Gal Gadot is my hero. It was one of those trailers that I expected, and going into this, Cheetah was my number one most anticipated reveal. I went into this thing just balls to the wall. Cannot wait to see the Cheetah reveal. And to be honest, I got to be honest, guys. I wanted, practical effects. I wanted some CGI, but from what I saw, it was mostly CGI. I like Barbara fighting Gal in that like museum. That was more. That looked better to me than just full CGI Cheetah. To me, I thought the trailer was fantastic, though. We didn't really show much. I think. Did they spoil the end, though? I'm not really sure if they did or not. Regardless, I think the action looks absolutely fantastic. It's acrobatic, which really fits the Cheetah. So I think in terms of, I think there's some complaints that the action for Wonder Woman is not that great. And I think this is going to raise the bar a lot. I think Cheetah and Wonder Woman are really going to go at it. And in terms of the panel, I really enjoyed it. I think that dynamic between Barbara and Diana is going to be really, really interesting. And I'm fingers crossed that like this is not the end of Cheetah. That my vibe from this panel was that this might lead into Wonder Woman 3 with Cheetah and Barbara. So fingers crossed. Overall, I loved it. But if I had to rank my favorite moments for the DC panel, Cheetah's not on that list. So that's kind of disappointing to me. And I just gotta that's my pick there.
Yeah, no, for sure. Like, I think Patty Jenkins is going to raise the bar with this. I totally felt that. And AJ, we were talking like right before, like 5 minutes ago, that you're really pumped for Cheetah. So how you feeling, man?
Yeah. Unlike most people, I'm actually excited. I love the look of Cheetah. People are being a little over dramatic and comparing it to cats. I absolutely don't see
like
it.
Clockwork, like clockwork, bro.
I don't understand, but I think it looks good. The action sequences in here looks good from the minimal that we got. I can't wait to see the chemistry between Steve Trevor and Diana again. It's going to suck for Diana, though. She's really going to have another heartbreak in this movie, and it's going to really, really suck.
100%.
And that scene right there, I thought that was amazing right there.
Yeah,
I love all the physics of it with Cheetah. She lands on her feet in that scene, and it makes sense. So overall, I'm really excited, and there's going to be a lot of comedic elements in there, and I really love that too.
You can see in that like fight scene, like Diana looks really pissed off, like sad that she has to fight like one of her friends. So I think it's going to be a really good dynamic.
Yeah, for sure. I honestly, with the Cheetah reveal, I didn't like the face. And I know Ryan and I were talking about it in the GC. earlier. So, Ryan, what did you think of Cheetah in the trailer?
Well, if AJ didn't point his fingers enough, I was the one that compared it to cats, or one of the people that compared it to cats. I'm still indifferent on the movie. This movie looks a lot different from the first one, a lot more lighthearted, not the World War One kind of down depressing era. This movie looks like it's having a lot more fun with itself in the era that it's in, which is the 80s. Steve Trevor looks awesome. I'm more excited for what's his name? Pedro Pascal in this film. Cheetah, one, I'm not the biggest fan of Kristen Wiig. And two, I just think the Cheetah design is clunky. Looking at the film was supposed to come out last November, and everything was supposed to be done by then. And the fact that what are we in? End of August at this point? They've had about 10 months since the movie was originally supposed to premiere to get things finalized. And I get the movie still doesn't have a release date or October and it might get pushed back. But I still think that it looks lazy for the movie being finished this long ahead, and she kind of looks that way. Now, I don't want to say that completely because it is a trailer, but I hope that the movie proves me wrong. But I still stick by my standpoint. I could take or leave this movie in a theater. I'd much rather watch it at home than go to a theater if I had the option to. But yeah, I love Gal Gadot. I love Chris Pine, and I love everybody except for Kristen Wiig. So that's where I kind of lean on this movie.
I mean, that's fair. Like, I don't think Kristen Wiig actually sold me on Cheetah, like her character at all. Like Barbara, like, it didn't do anything. Gal looks phenomenal. Lo, how are you feeling, man?
I just want to comment on how successful the panel was as a whole. Considering how unprecedented this event is, they kicked it off with a bang. It looked beautiful, the virtual setup, and they had the full cast. Like, the minute we see Patty Jenkins, Chris Pine, Pedro Pascal, I was hyped, and I loved that they shouted out people from other countries, the guy from Malaysia, the Wonder Woman from Japan. The fan interaction was phenomenal today. And touching on the trailer, I'm excited, and I'm not gonna lie. I liked Wonder Woman, but I'm one of its biggest detractors. I had some issues with the film overall, but this one really has me on board. The cinematography looks beautiful, and I like that it's a lot brighter. Nothing against the palette from the first film, but it was a little dark for my tastes, especially because of who Wonder Woman is and who can she represent. And I like how she looks here. Her costume pops. The action looks incredible, like AJ was pointing out. And honestly, minus like what you were saying, Amanda, minus the face, I think Cheetah looks great. I'm actually on the side that likes it. I really like the animalistic movement she had when she was charging at Wonder Woman in that brief clip we saw. I think bringing that part of her character, the animalistic part, is important. And it's important to make it different versus Wonder Woman just going fisticuffs with somebody. For her to fight a fierce adversary like that, I think that's important to differentiate the villain from other villains. So I'm on board. I think if the CG can kind of clean up a little bit, I think it'll look good. So I'm more optimistic. I loved it. This was probably my second favorite panel today.
Yeah, I agree with you completely. I'm just gonna catch up on the comments quickly. Amanda says, loved all the content from today. Hell yeah, girl. Amazing. Hey, Cameron, thanks for joining us. Joe says hi too. Thanks for coming, guys. And Isaac's here. So what's up? Man? But yeah, everything was amazing. Like, it flowed so well. Everything worked out. The dome was amazing. Do you guys have any final thoughts on the Wonder Woman 1984 trailer? Do you still think we're gonna get it in October? How are we feeling?
I think it might be pushed forward a little bit. If theaters are doing good for the next 3 months, I think some movies are going to be pushed forward or backwards. I'm dumb. I can't tell direction, but it'll be closer to our date right now than October. So at least that's what I hope. So people have masks on. Keep your 6 foot distance or more.
And people, that's all you need to do.
Yeah.
That's really all it is.
Hand sanitizer.
Yeah, that's it. You guys, that's all you have to do. Apparently, my theater, you don't have to wear a mask inside the theater, from what I know. So I was like, okay, that's
For
what they
me, when I went, people wore masks, but they didn't have to when they were eating. So I think that's fine as long as they're eating and not like kissing. So I'm perfectly okay with that.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
can I touch on one more thing?
Yeah, for sure.
Hats off to Linda Carter. I got hella feels when she came on the screen and she put her arms together. That touched me. And then like Gal Gadot's like heartfelt thank you to her, like warmed my heart. That was awesome. Like that, I didn't even see that coming. So Linda Carter, thank you.
That
Yeah,
was great. That was great.
That was
Everything.
awesome.
Last comment. Everything to me screams this is the beginning of Cheetah. And like I said before, I think this is like the end is going to be the beginning of Cheetah, and that's going to be the third final movie is going to be Cheetah versus Wonder Woman. That's just my vibe.
Guys, so we've got my friend messaged me. It's working again now, but we have to watch with the copyright on the trailers. I think if we play it once, it'll work.
Okay, got you.
The stream just stopped. Sorry, I just got a message. Shout out to Amanda for messaging me. I appreciate you. So yeah, I came back on. I just want to make sure that we're doing okay. Cool. So we can. What are we gonna do? Want to talk Batman next?
Yeah.
Batman?
I thought we were going to do that last. I don't think I'm emotionally prepared for
I
that
thought you
yet.
were going in order.
We're talking about it now because I can't say the whole thing, and this is easily one of my most anticipated now. It's a goddamn trailer.
No, we're not talking about it right now. I'm not emotionally prepared yet.
I am emotional.
I'm not.
We'll have AJ go last.
It's okay. We'll do the Batman, AJ. I want to see you cry again, man. I'm sorry. It's the truth. We're gonna do the Batman. Get it ready.
Do you want me to play the trailer or no? Or
Well, yeah. I kind of want it now.
The trailer and let's talk Batman.
Do it. So, Lo, what did you think of it? Because you came in last, and we were kind of like fangirling beforehand. So, what do you think?
So me and Dibes watched it live on Geekly Goods with Leo, and I'm not gonna lie, I had myself on mute, but insert the Thor gif when he's like, yes! That was my reaction to the first shot. Look at that. Opening on a crime scene, seeing his boots, and then seeing Jeffrey Wright as Commissioner Gordon, it gave me goosebumps. Yeah. I was just like, this is what I wanted. I'm so excited.
Yeah. Right, what are you thinking, man?
Dude, no pun intended, but this is the Batman. No pun intended, but it's quite literal in the name.
Yeah, I know.
You were so good as Jim Gordon.
It's amazing. It's amazing. The suit is incredible. I'm gonna go to AJ last because he's crying. So, how you feeling? How you feeling? Tell me.
Dude, look at that! How do you not love that? Holy shit!
Who's up?
Yeah.
you are.
Am I up?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Oh man, like so as a Batman fan my entire life, like this is the Batman movie I've always wanted my entire life. This noir 7-esque Batman movie. Like we were talking about this on our previous pod, though. Like the entire time I'm waiting for Morgan Freeman, Kevin Spacey, and Brad Pitt, like crying about what's in the box. Like this is my dream come true right here on the big screen. Paul Dano as the Riddler being a more central figure clearly in this movie is a home run. That scene where where he's punching. That is brutal. That's Batfleck. That is some of the most brutal Batman action we've seen on the big screen. Like
that's what we do.
This thriller, the dark, gritty tones of this is Batman to a T. The red, the dark tones. Like I didn't cry, but normally like when something good happens like in a sports game, I kind of just like internalize. And I was just like watching this like this. Like I was dying on like this scene where you see with the paint on his eyes, like oh my, it looks perfect. This is the movie. This is the Batman movie I've waited for my entire life, and it's happening.
Can I say one more thing? Like,
yeah, man.
My expectations were astronomical. And it's crazy that this trailer exceeded it. Like I felt like running around after watching it, and I wanted to watch it like 5 more times. I loved every second of it. It's just perfect.
The film score, with the guitar and the dark, I'm dying.
Zoe Kravitz looks great too. I don't know.
Dying?
I saw someone questioning her, and I'm like, no, don't.
Dude, that's amazing. So I'm gonna go to the one who's been crying the most. AJ, take it away, kid. Go ahead.
What was yours?
Enjoy your moment.
He's just internalizing right now.
You're crying.
He's trying to find acceptance
Okay.
with everything.
Okay. Unlike Lo, I didn't scream like Thor did. I fell on the floor and cried like a bitch. Oh my god.
I love it.
Like what Debs was saying, the beginning scene, once you hear that score immediately, I don't even think perfection is the right word to describe that. Oh my god. Michael Giacchino is a god.
I love it.
I've been championing.
This is what all of this is about. Cheers, brother. I love you, man.
I've been championing Robert Pattinson since the day he was announced. Almost every single person doubted him, and I was like, "You should not doubt this guy. He will surprise every single person, from Lost City of Z to oh god."
Can I also say, like, AJ is one of our fiercest critics. Like, he's very, like, you have to impress him. So the fact that he's floored, I think that says everything people need to know about this trailer.
100%. Like, I wasn't told until this trailer. You knew the shit that I gave Pattinson. Like, I didn't care. Okay, but that suit, oh my god. Like, it was incredible. Incredible. It was so good.
I forgot who the costume designer was for it, but he did talk about it. But shout out to them, because they did a fantastic job on not even just Robert Pattinson's batsuit, but everything. Also, I love that Matt Reeves is going to focus on developing each of Batman's villains. Just Batman himself. No one is going to be like the big crime boss or anything. They're all starting from ground zero, and just this trilogy is going to beat me up. I swear. This trilogy, this TV series, the Gotham PD TV series is going to be crazy. I love the influences he says that were in it, from Chinatown, having that downgrade of that oh god, what's the word
French Connection.
Yeah. He even mentioned Taxi Driver. Just so many great movies he's inspired from. And one of the things that people hated at first was when Matt Reeves took his time with the script. Everybody was complaining that it would never be done and we're finally getting the results of that. And right now, my mind is just blown right now.
Dare I say, it almost feels like could this possibly be darker than anything we've ever seen? Like,
100%.
said that before you came.
Yes,
that's what's tripping me out. Because,
it reminds
dark. Like,
it reminds me of Long. It does remind me of Long Halloween, but it also reminds me of Court of Owls, and just to see. Yes. And I just can't believe the world building is going to be so. The details of everything, the details of the car, the details of the cityscape, I thought was fantastic. And I haven't even mentioned the choreography yet, but I'm going to stop right there before I'm not going to say it. But I can't wait. I can't wait for this.
AJ, my heart soars with you, brother.
Yeah, I'm so proud.
So good.
You got through it. See, I told you. So since we're going to talk about multiple Batmans, let's talk about the Flash panel because that's going to open up the freaking multiverse. And I'm so excited. So, Ryan, I know you're a huge Flash fan. So I'm going to start with you. How'd you feel about the panel?
Dude, I'm just so happy that the Flash is getting his justice, man. No pun intended again, but dude, he's been in pre-production hell for God knows how many years at this point, and he's one of my favorites. So it hurts me every single time I saw a new release date, a new director, a new producer come onto the project, and they always fell through. And then the whole world changed when Crisis on Infinite Earths aired. In January of this year, Ezra Miller came onto the show, and then Ezra just confirmed today that with this movie, they're going to connect every bit of DC live action content that they've made, whether it's TV or movie. And I just couldn't be thrilled. I think the suit is fantastic. I think it's a massive upgrade from the one they're using in Justice League, and even it seems like the Zack Snyder Justice League. Dude, I couldn't be happier. I think Andy Muschietti is fantastic. The way AJ feels towards Batman is the way I feel towards the Flash. I just couldn't, dude, it's such a sick suit. And the fact, dude, I just don't even know where to start with this because it's so fucking awesome. 2022 really just can't come fast enough. And from the concept art, it seems like the Batman that Michael Keaton is gonna play a pivotal role in the film, and it seems like it's gonna be a buddy cop film type between Ezra and Keaton, which I think is awesome. This movie is gonna do a lot for DC comic fans and DC movie fans that I don't think people really expect yet, and they have confirmed that Ezra gets the title of the Flash from Grant Gustin's The Flash, from the little cameo scene, which I just think is fucking bonkers in of itself. And dude, I just don't know what to say. I can't wait for this movie. Andy Muschietti is fantastic. I think the costume design is fantastic. And yeah, I was a little iffy about them rushing to Flashpoint, but I feel confident and comfortable that this movie is in the right hands with the right people. And dude, I mean, look at that picture right there. It looks fucking awesome. And if they can translate that to the screen like they can with the Batman, dude, it's gonna work. Dude, I'm trying not to like get all teary-eyed because I'm with family right now. But dude, goddamn, this is fucking awesome.
So are you sold? Because Amanda says, so excited Ezra's Flash is getting his long-awaited movie. Are you sold on Ezra now, Ryan, or no?
I'm going to save that for the Snyder Cut. I want to judge him off of the Justice League movie we got. But I'm sold on him. But guys, unfortunately, I have to cut myself short. Fuck, I have to go on this one, guys. But I'm really glad we talked about all the really big ones other than the Snyder Cut. And I'll see you guys all tomorrow night, okay?
Yeah. Thanks for coming, Ryan. Bye. All right, Deebs, how are we feeling?
Oh, me? All right.
Yeah,
all right.
yeah.
I mean, Ryan really touched on it. Like, first take, the suit is fire, just absolutely fire, way better than BVS Justice League. It's on a different tiers better. You see the lightning coming from his chest. It looks so sick. Second take, Ezra Miller's awkward as fuck. I think that was confirmed, like in a lovable way, way. But man, is that guy kind of just weird, and I kind of like it. My third take is, I think Ryan also touched on it, was the directing and the direction of this film. And it's that horror direction. It's the horror, bloodlines of Andy Muschietti, who did It and Mama and It Too, and that long line of James Wan with Aquaman, and David Sandberg from Shazam with Annabelle Creation and Lights Out, and Richard Donner from Superman. So Sam Raimi with Doctor Strange 2. Like, that's the trend. These guys know how to cross genres. They know how to mix in the comedy and the sci-fi and the drama and the emotion and the action and the fun. So that was my take from this. That was my three takes. It looked great. I mean, I kind of touched on you guys a little bit during your last Geek Fix pod, but all signs point to that Justice League Dark Apocalypse War ending. And I'm not lying. We're going to see it where you're going to see that like fade out white scene where you see the Justice League, and there's going to be some sort of soft reboot, some sort of soft reset. I hate to tell you, AJ, there's going to be a reset, but it is what it is.
At this point, I don't give a fuck. I'm getting Robert Pattinson. I don't care about the DCEU.
Well, that's separate. We know that's separate. That's 100%.
Yeah, that's why I don't care.
It is happening because we'll talk about it later, but one of my favorite parts of today was the Justice League Dark that's getting set up, and I'm really excited for that. And part of that is moving towards this Flashpoint Paradox Apocalypse War direction, and that's where we're going to get that reset. So I loved it. I thought it was great.
Yeah, it was amazing. I'm so excited. Muschietti is like so involved, and he was just so excited during that panel. And then it was really funny when they were going to show some stuff, like a trailer or whatever, and then Ezra like rickrolled us. That was like the funniest moment for me. I was like, "No, what are you doing? Why'd you play?" It was so funny. Yeah, it was just so funny. Lo, how are you feeling about the concept art? Gotta get your mic, man.
It looks cool. I don't want to linger too long, and I don't want to rain on your guys' parade. You got the shirt on. Ryan's a big Flash fan. I don't know. I have problems with Ezra outside of the film, but up until that happened, I did like him as an actor. I think what they're setting up is exciting, but I also feel like maybe it was a mistake. Maybe something bad happened with a leak, but the Batfleck news should have been happening today.
Yes.
It took a lot of steam out of this panel's sales, and the fact that all we got was the concept art. Personally, it's one of my least favorite panels just because we didn't really get much else besides that. But he looks good though, and I think the film's gonna be super exciting. It sucks that they didn't really have anything more for us.
Mm-hmm.
So and I have my issues with Ezra, like I said, but if the film's great, I'll support it because I support the director and I support the people creating it. So if it's awesome, good for them.
Yeah, no, like the thing with the whole Batfleck, I agree with you. It shouldn't have been dropped when it was dropped. Like today was the day to do it. The only thing they gave us about Batfleck is that he created the Flash suit that we're looking at right now in the concept.
Really?
So that's kind of cool. AJ, how you feeling, man?
Yeah, I'm with Lo on this one. I think the concept art looks really, really good, but that's all it is. It's just concept art. It doesn't mean that the movie is going to look just as good. But I do love the way they're describing the movie, having multiple Batmans as a pivotal role for the Flash. I think it's a great idea. Just seeing, I'm not a big fan of Ezra Miller even before all the issues were happening, but I did enjoy him as the Flash just a little bit. So I'm fine with him still being the Flash. We still have and Andy Muschietti, I think, is a fantastic director. So I'm gonna put, much like Matt Reeves, I'm gonna put my complete faith in this movie because he is a great director.
Yeah, he's amazing. Apparently, he even said that he dropped DC Easter eggs in the It movies.
Yeah.
He's really cute. He's like,
clips of it.
Sorry?
They showed clips of it. They showed like the exact Easter eggs. Like I think Batman was playing in the theater, and then the girl mentioned, "Hey, you look like Clark Kent." Like little small stuff like that.
So he planted the seed. Like we knew this was going to happen. He planted the seed. So I'm excited for him. I love him. I think he's a great director. Speaking of directors, we're going to switch over to James Gunn's The Suicide Squad, which I'm going to be honest, I checked out. I completely checked out. I put it on mute. I was done. I'm so bitter. I'm so bitter with The Suicide Squad. But there's so many people in this movie. There's so many characters. Honestly, I'm only excited to see Captain Boomerang again. I'm obviously excited to see Harley Quinn again. Amanda Waller's always amazing. But like Captain Boomerang stole my heart for some reason. Like I absolutely loved him in the first one. And Jai Courtney's amazing. But I know that AJ's going to pull up hopefully the full cast list. AJ, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah,
but
I can do that real quick.
yeah, sorry, but I'm gonna throw it to Lo. How'd you feel? Because I know you covered it on GG. So how's it going with the Suicide Squad?
Oh man, so it's funny, we're like opposite sides of the spectrum versus like from Flash to here, because this was my favorite panel. I'm a really big James Gunn fan. I love Dawn of the Dead, Slither, Guardians, of course, of the Galaxy. Look, I know you're a Harley Quinn fan, but I mean, the Suicide Squad isn't about her. I mean, no offense. And I feel like I like the direction of the actual film of where it's going. I like the direction of the story. He mentioned the Dirty Dozen. He mentioned more of like a 70s war film type. And the scale that we saw in the footage is amazing. Not to mention all the incredible cast from Idris Elba all the way down to like Michael Rooker. I'm so excited for this. And I think that James Gunn having free reign like he did with Guardians, I think he's really going to give us something special. I'm super excited. This was my favorite panel, and even though they didn't give us a proper trailer, I liked seeing a lot of that behind the scenes work. In particular, I also appreciated the half-a-second clip of King Shark eating somebody. That was awesome. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'll admit the game show was kind of clunky, but I think it was kind of fun seeing the cast having a good time. My only issue is that I know you're a Harley fan. Margot did not talk in that panel at all. Like,
over it.
I don't think she said anything, and maybe she didn't care. It makes me wonder, like, I don't know. So that was kind of weird, but overall, that was my favorite panel so far. So
nice. No, that's good.
I have the cast on there.
You have it? Okay, I'm just gonna read Chad's comment. Hey, Chatty, thanks for coming. Chad says there are a ton of characters. I'm worried that that's going to hurt the story, because of so many different characters they have to give screen time to. Totally fair. I agree with you there, Chad. And
can I address that though? I think like because we know some of these people are gonna not last, right? So I think we're buying too much into there's so many of them. I'm pretty sure like one or two of them are gonna die like in the first 20 minutes. Like I think they're gonna just throw this like in our like it's gonna just be like wild and unexpected. They're gonna throw twists at us. Like I think what they're selling us is not what we're gonna see. So I think there's more to it than.
I will also argue that in this movie, I can bet anyone that there will be multiple missions in this one movie. So it wouldn't just be all of them at once. It would be different sections for different people for different missions. So there's that too.
I feel that. Amanda says, I love Pete Davidson, but I don't know about actually seeing the movie. Pete Davidson is such an odd freaking choice. When I saw him, I'm like, but why? I don't understand. Deebs, how did you feel about the Suicide Squad?
Are we there? After the Batman, this is now officially my third favorite panel for today. I obviously, number one, after watching the panel, the best news here is that James Gunn.
Yeah. Oh, did he freeze?
Yeah, he froze.
Are you guys there?
There we go.
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
You guys there? Sorry. I think I lost it.
Yeah, no, you're good.
James Gunn has full creative control. James Gunn has full creative control, over the Suicide Squad. The second take is the tone. I was a little kind of taken that this is going to be a war movie with a more action focus, and my third take is Harley Quinn, Polka Dot Man, and the Thinker looked absolutely fantastic in this movie. Those three characters look like they're going to steal every single scene. And to touch about the too many characters thing, I disagree with that. This looks like a slaughterfest. This looks like a potential drinking game where you watch it like Knives Out. It's going to be like take a shot every time someone dies on screen. And it's going to be one of those really fun, kind of almost borderline campy, funny death scenes that I think is going to be a blasty blast. And I really enjoyed it. I think there were scenes in the behind the scenes part where you see guys just falling back, explosion after explosion after explosion. It just looks wild. The tone, though, is what I wanted to see. The tone shift from the previous Suicide Squad to this is exactly. And Harley Quinn, the red and the black suit was absolutely fantastic. Going back to the original character origins, that was awesome, and that's what I wanted to see. This was my number 3.
Interesting. Yeah, I checked out. I don't know what happened to me. I just saw James Gunn and I'm like, not today, guys. I'm not having it, because he was so loud, and it was just a weird panel for me. But I'm happy you guys really enjoyed it. I'm not sold. I don't know what it is about it. I just don't. The King Shark, guys, I'm sorry, but I think Shark Tale did it. I'm joking. I'm not going to say it.
We've come full circle.
I'm not going to say it. No, they look cool. The characters are cool. I love Harley. I really do think she's going to steal the show. Idris kind of annoyed me because, like, we all thought he was going to play Deadshot, and now he's not playing Deadshot, which is fine. Like, don't get me wrong, but I was kind of like, I kind of wanted him to, in a way. AJ, how about you? How'd you feel about the Suicide Squad?
Yeah, I love the cast. I love the cast. I love the characters they're going to portray. Sean Gunn as Weasel, I think that fits him perfectly. I think like most of these, you wouldn't like realize how perfect they are for the role until you actually see them. And I think that's personally thanks to the costume designer as well, because everything is literally like pitch perfect to the comics iteration of the characters. So I think that's amazing. Going to the behind the scenes thing, I really loved it. I didn't think I was going to love it as much as I did, and I have no words for it. I think the behind the scenes was the second best panel for me personally. Just seeing Harley Quinn in action once again, which was perfection. Just getting new information, just seeing everybody working together to make this movie happen. I felt like it was really cool to see. Where James Gunn is almost done with editing, so that's a good thing, I feel like. So that's all I have for right now.
Yeah, no, it was. Yeah, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Quick negative: we didn't get to see any kind of hint towards a soundtrack. This soundtrack has been done for a while. James Gunn said on Twitter, and it's been a while. And I was hoping for some sort of nod. Guardians of the Galaxy soundtrack is so freaking great. And if this is like a 70s, kind of theme, that's going to be really fun. And my last note of this panel was I didn't expect to think about Jean-Claude Van Damme when Idris Elba said Bloodsport. So that was fun.
I saw that tweet that Gabe sent out. I was like, oh my God. I was like, that's amazing.
Can I say one more thing real quick?
Yeah.
It's just like comparing to what we saw with David Ayer, nothing against David Ayer. I don't want to start like a war, but it just looks so much more fun. And, your girl looked great in that red dress with the 2 handguns. Like, that shot when she's like...
I love it. She's
amazing. I'm hyped, so...
Yeah, she's amazing.
It's also due to the result that we have new leadership. I think with David Ayer's Suicide Squad, it was back where Kevin Succiaro was in charge. But now everybody is having free reign. Of course, with some limited rules. They can't just do everything they want, of course. But they ultimately have full control over everything. So I think that's a good reason to like have better DC movies. So I think that's good.
No, you can tell with the panels, everyone's just so happy with the way that their movie's coming together. And I think that's really important. So Deebs, you were about to say something, man.
Yeah, like how does this relate to Birds of Prey, AJ? Like where are we at with this?
Ooh. I have no idea. I don't think it's going to be connected to Birds of Prey, to be honest.
Okay. I heard there was something in the Suicide Squad trailer that there was like a nod to the Birds of Prey from what I saw like on my timeline. I didn't catch it, but like that's what they were saying. So
that's the only thing that I was missing.
Well, I guess Birds of Prey is before the Suicide Squad, so there's a connection between where Harley Quinn is with Cassandra, and then she goes to jail, and then Amanda gets her again. So I think that's one of the connections.
Okay. Interesting.
Probably. Yeah, I think I agree with that. I'm just gonna catch up on the comments, guys. Todd is here. He says squad with a heart. Thanks, man. Go follow Movies Matrix, please, and thank you. Joey says, what's good? Hey, man, thanks for coming by. Chad says, having said that, I'm still super excited for Suicide Squad. There's a lot of characters I've never heard of, so I'm looking forward to learning deep cut characters. Agreed. Mo chimed in and said,
before that, I want to go on Chad's comment real quick.
Go ahead.
I really love that James Gunn is doing another basically an unknown property to every the basic public. Just seeing random characters that you would not think would be great on screen. I just think that I love how James Gunn takes charge and goes the extra mile to bring random ass characters to make people like us love, like the Weasel. I think he looks terrible, but I'm pretty sure, much like Rocket Raccoon, he's going to be incredible. So
yeah. I agree with that. And then,
you know what I didn't know either is that he actually reads the comics. Like, I love that he shouted out the Suicide Squad #1, the original run. That was pretty cool. So that alone, I trust him. I think he's gonna do it justice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, he loves the material. Like, that's something that we've seen with Guardians. So we can respect that. Chad also says, sorry, he has another comment. I thought it was very interesting that Elba's character is in jail for shooting Superman with a kryptonite bullet.
I love that.
Interesting. Yeah, I told you guys I checked out, so I'm sorry.
I mean,
I'm sorry.
My last take,
sorry?
I didn't know that.
I'm like, I didn't know that. It's okay.
My last take with this was Michael Rooker being in this movie. I'm not ready to move on from Yondu. That's just me personally.
Yeah.
I'm not I see him and he looks like he's having so much fun. He'll always be Yondu to me. That Guardians of the Galaxy.
James Gunn directing, so he's gonna die again.
I can't handle it. Talk about emotional, waterfall. I mean, I can't handle that. I can't do that.
Man, that was so tears, actual tears. I'm gonna actually skip the Aquaman panel because that was freaking useless. I don't know if anyone else agrees with me.
I love James Wan, but yeah, nothing really happened. I thought they were gonna show us something, but
same with Black Adam. I thought that was boring too.
Black Adam was
we
great.
did get something though.
Yeah, I want to say Black Adam at the end though. I was like, cool.
I was kind of upset that Sorry, Deeps?
That was one of my favorites, Black Adam.
Yeah, I thought it was really cool. And the only thing with Aquaman was the fact that Jason Momoa was nowhere to be seen. So I was kind of confused. I'm like, why is Patrick Wilson there? Not that I don't love him, but it doesn't make any sense. And then they didn't show anything about that trench show, or was it a movie? It's a standalone, I believe, or a spinoff or something.
They're hinting towards it.
Yeah, but they didn't really I don't know.
Is that even still in development? I feel like that might just go away.
It's still in development.
Okay.
I looked it up a little bit, a month ago.
I just wish there was something. But yeah, we're gonna switch gears to Black Adam, guys. We're gonna go check that out. I'm so pumped. After seeing that panel, and I know that there wasn't that much content, but the concept art was really sick. I'm so excited for The Rock, and you know how I felt about him beforehand. I didn't really care. But he looked cool, and then Noah Centineo came on, and I'm like, oh man, this is real. They're not gonna recast him as Atom Smasher, but he's coming on the panel. And then they had a look at Hawkman, I believe, Cyclone, and who else was it? The name is escaping me. Oh, Dr. Fate. They said there was going to come in there as well. That
was one of my favorite moments of.
That was cool. Yeah.
That was so cool. So, Loretto, what did you think of that panel and the concept art and everything?
I think considering especially in terms of Shazam as well, which we'll get to later.
Yeah.
Considering they had nothing really to give us, and compared to the Flash, I loved the production value behind The Rock. I love that. They did bring Atom Smasher on really quick, and that real quick reveal of who they were going to bring in with the JSA. That was one of my moments today. There's 3 moments where my jaw dropped completely, and that was one of them. When I saw Dr. Fate, because I wasn't expecting much from this panel, But the fact that they dropped a bomb, like, hey, by the way, Hawkman and Dr. Fate are gonna be in this, I was sold. I was like, okay, I think I'm interested in this now. So
yeah,
it was so cool. Deebs, what about you, man? You were like, you're pumped.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, this was one of my. This would say probably number 5. We haven't touched on my other 2 ones, but my number 5 was Black Adam, and that was Dr. Fate. The fact that we're really going to start deep diving into dark magic, Dr. Fate, Satana, Constantine, that is 100% in the plans for DC moving forward. And that was one of my biggest takes, is that we're really going to start kind of seeing that go. Could we get a Dr. Fate spinoff? Could we see Dr. Fate with Satana in a series or a movie? That was really, really exciting. And, you know, I'm a guy in my mid-30s. I grew up watching Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, and WWF. Like, this guy is me in my blood. Like, I love Dwayne Johnson. Yeah, every single movie I'll watch, it doesn't matter if it's bad. I'll watch all the Scorpion King sequels. They're so much fun. But, like, that guy, you can tell. This movie has been in development for a decade. Like, that guy has put his heart and soul into this movie, and I'm just very, very excited. But that Dr. Fate shit, man, I was very excited that we're finally going to get, some sort of movement with the Justice League Dark, and that's where this is moving.
yeah, it was amazing. That was such a good moment too. Like the little concept art that they had, the images, and then the video that they put together was really cool. I'm gonna actually go to Chad's comment right here. Do y'all think they will cast big name actors for characters like Dr. Fate and Hawkman? I'm curious how big their roles will be after they appear in Black Adam. So, guys, quickly think of a fan cast if you want for Dr. Fate. I'm gonna let you guys simmer with that while I get a take on the
which Dr. Fate do y'all think that they're going to go for? I think that matters a lot. On
I'll let Chad do that. He does the fan casting.
We can't think right now because we're fried.
My brain is fried.
I've been eating smoked chicken wings and drinking all day. I don't know about you.
No, I meant like we're exhausted. Like we're just out of it. I completely get it. So Chad, go do your homework because we can't think right now.
He's our resident fan casting expert. He can write a whole article on that. But can I also, just jumping on the WWE thing, I love how The Rock went full like The Rock when he was like Wonder Woman, Batman, Superman.
The eyebrow.
Watch out. I was like, hey.
He had the eyebrow. Oh my god, it was so cool. It was good.
Marcellus Jordan, what's your name? What's your name? It doesn't matter what your name is. No. All right, so a negative. The negative with this panel is that like they are a long way away from making this movie, and you could tell from the bones that like that's a concern. That the fact that this has been in development hell for 10 years, that they don't even know where this is going. But Dwayne Johnson, sign me the fuck up.
Yeah, I completely agree. AJ, how you feeling about it, man?
Yeah, at the beginning, it was really, really boring. But I did like Dwayne's energy in it. Him hinting at Black Adam versus Superman got me excited more than anything. So that's something. JSA, I love Dr. Fate. Hawkman, I wish they had Hawkgirl in there because you can't have Hawkman without Hawkgirl, which is very disappointing. Yeah, look, Amanda said it too.
Exactly, right? You can't have her. So.
Wait, what?
Go ahead, AJ. I'm just talking. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So they didn't really give us that much news, and all he did was talk about the history of Black Adam, which anybody can just look up. So I guess it was fine that he had a panel, but it could have been done in like a tweet or two. So I wasn't really that excited for it.
No, I agree with you there. ACS says, what's good? ACS Universe, thank you for coming by, man. But yeah, no, like it was useless. It's like you could, exactly like you said, AJ, like you could have just tweeted the concept art, you could have done that, but like it was just so much better with like The Rock narrating that whole thing. Like that was just wicked. His voice, oh my god, it was amazing.
Can I speak to that real quick? I just think that like, especially casual like moviegoers, they probably don't even know who Black Adam is.
No.
So to have The Rock introduce it in that way, I think is going to be helpful in the marketing. So
the one moment where The Rock was like, "Who's in what part of the Justice League is in this movie? Let me tell you." And I was like, Dominic Toretto.
Yeah, he's coming for sure.
I loved it. I thought that was like the one of the more positive moments of today.
Yeah, 100%. And since we have Black Adam, we're just gonna go to the little Shazam panel that we got. They're so much fun. Zachary,
they are so much fun. Yeah,
freaking human being on this planet. I love him. And like the whole cast, Faith Herman was absolutely adorable when she announced it. I loved her so much. She was so cute. And they said halfway through, someone popped up. We had a special guest, and it was Sinbad. Sinbad, guys. And I think they confirmed that he will be in the sequel. Am I right?
Yeah.
And then the sequel is called Fury of the Gods. So leave it up to Shazam 2 to be that wild with this kind of announcement. So, what did you think of the Shazam 2 announcement?
Me personally, I thought it was one of the better panels of today. It was absolutely hilarious when you start to see Zachary Levi like go, I can't say that. I can't say that. I can't say that. And then it was just hilarious to see that Sinbad moment was when Faith, one of my favorite characters in Shazam, adorable characters. I mean, this whole family of Shazam is like Phil is the Ant-Man of the DC universe. But that moment of Sinbad completely left me on the floor. And I hope there's like a way to find that moment for Geekly Goods live stream, because I lost it. I completely lost my shit in that moment. It was really weird to see Jack Dylan Grazer all grown up. I don't know if you guys recognize that, but that guy grew up, and it was like kind of weird to see that. But talk about Goonies level quality of characters that you love. And that's the strength of Shazam. And that, I mean, oodles and oodles of dynamic and electricity amongst those characters was shown today. And that's the strength of Shazam.
100%. And like, I agree with you. Like the energy with that entire cast is unreal. And I love them so much. Lo, you got excited too. So how are you feeling about this reveal today?
So this is really interesting because I wasn't like the biggest Shazam, like, yeah, like, especially if you look in the superhero drafts, every time someone was like Shazam, I was like, eh. And I enjoyed it for what it was. But I got to say, within 15 minutes, considering they had nothing to show us, not only was it one of my favorite moments of the day, but like I was driving on the way to where I'm at right now, and I had it on my phone just playing like in hands-free. I wasn't being crazy. Sinbad came on the screen. I was like, ah! I was laughing out loud. He was amazing. I can't wait for Shazam 2. They had to get Shaq O'Neal on board. But anyways, I digress. The fact that it was so fun. I like that they played. It was tongue in cheek. They poked at this whole thing. Like Zachary Levi was like, "Yeah, I can't talk about this," but then he brings in the whole cast, and everyone's just like, she's drawing the poster, and she's like, "Here it is, exclusive content, guys!" And I love how like it was so playful, and I think for what DC fandom is to play with us and have fun with us, I think that was a win. And like I said, I wasn't the craziest Shazam fan. I liked it for what it was, but I'm excited for this. I think that I'm on board with what how do you say it? The family? Shazamly, whatever. Like I'm on board. They sold me. I want to watch it again just to kind of recap my thoughts on it. But yeah, I want to watch it again.
We can do a watch along on here maybe next week.
Yeah, I would love to do that. Shazam's amazing. I know how you feel, AJ. Okay. But like, did it sell you today for the sequel? I'm curious now.
It did. You guys all know that I wasn't the biggest fan of Shazam, but I do acknowledge all of its positive stuff from the chemistry between the cast characters. You can see that on screen on the panel. They really do have good chemistry. And Fury of the Gods, that's a badass title. I can't even lie. That is a badass title.
I agree.
So yeah, I think this is a great way to announce Shazam. And next time, I hope we get a trailer. Have they started shooting yet?
I don't think so.
They haven't started shooting yet.
I think they're in like pre, and they're still trying to get things together because we didn't know about Sinbad like at all until today. Yeah. So I'm really happy they saved that because they could have just dropped that whenever. You know what I mean? Like with Batfleck. So I'm really happy about that, and I'm excited that Black Adam's going to meet Shazam in Shazam 3. Yes, is that a theory that we can get on board with?
Oh, 100%. I can get on that. Or
I like that you brought up the title, AJ, because it seems like they're upping the stakes here. We're going to see a little bit more darker take on it. So
I think Black Adam's going to be in the end credit scene for Shazam too.
Oh, yes, I agree with that. Well, that's the only way they can technically link them. So yeah, that would make. Oh my God, I'm gonna lose my mind if that happens. I'm so excited. They become.
I think the biggest take here is that Superman is about to be tested. Superman hasn't been tested yet, and Magic and Superman go toe to toe, and that's going to be on the big screen, and that's going to be fantastic.
The biggest disappointment right now is that we didn't get an announcement for Superman 2 or Man.
I know. So,
we were the biggest disappointment.
I wore this all day because I was so hopeful. I was like, they're gonna do it. They're gonna surprise us. They're gonna give us Man of Steel.
Batman started, and we were like, what? Like, there's no Man of Steel 2 announcement. Really. Like, that was everything I was hoping for to see.
Yeah, no, like I was so discouraged because DC tweeted, like the actual account, they tweeted, they're like, oh, at 4:45 p.m. we have a special announcement. So like I tweeted, I'm like, oh my God, MOS2, or like Gotham City Sirens, like something.
And then, are they frozen on your end?
Sorry? Yeah, you're frozen. Yeah, you're frozen. Right. It's okay. You're gonna come around. There you go. You're turning. Wheels are turning. Oh no, Deeps.
Just blame the Tito's.
It's
is that a Journey reference?
Was it? But yeah, I was like, I was so discouraged. I was just so sad. I wanted the announcement, and then it just didn't happen. So we're gonna wait for Deeps to come back in, and while we do,
I thought it was gonna happen like 100%. I was like, they're gonna get Henry Cavill to do a special appearance, and they're gonna announce it.
Yeah. Or like, especially after the Snyder panel, I think that's where the placement for the announcement would have been cool. Because like you see that he's risen in the black suit, and then he could have been like MOS2 announcement, and then it didn't happen. So the ACS universe is crying with us, dude. I feel you. It's just so freaking sad. It's so sad. I kind of want to talk about the Gotham Knights video game because that actually floored me. I don't know about you guys. But
I'm a huge fan of Montreal and just the team over there. They do a great job with their video games, and one of the main criticisms I had with the Arkham series is that we couldn't play the other Bat family, and with this you can play basically Batgirl, Robin, Nightwing, Red Hood. I was like, okay. I'm definitely getting this.
Yeah, 100%. Like I want to pre-order it like right now because it was just so wicked. And then the gameplay was, oh my God, I lost my mind. The Batgirl gameplay, like ridiculous. Deebs, you're nodding your head in agreement, man.
Oh fuck, man, that was my number 2. Yeah. Batman number 1. Number 2 was this game, Gotham Knights.
So good.
And, man, I can't even explain how, like, because going into this. You know, I love Kevin Conroy, and I'm expecting this Batman game featuring Kevin Conroy. And the trailer hits, and it was a really good trailer, but it was a complete 180 from everything I was completely expecting. And then they rolled that gameplay, and it was like this like beautiful mix of co-op, like the idea of an Arkham game with co-op and that combat system is absolutely gold. It is absolutely gold. And then you combine you see like hit points and they're fighting, and there's clearly RPG elements with all of these characters and creating like upgrading their abilities, and Batgirl's like center stage. And I don't know if it's like Marvel Ultimate Alliance where like you start with one character and you kind of play that story and then you start with a new character, or you can pick your own characters, or
it shows that you can switch. It shows that you can switch back and forth while you're playing in the game. Yeah.
All right, I missed that. So the RPG elements, there are elements there that like is very cinematic, like Uncharted. Like that was the game. I'm calling it, man. I was like blown away by Miles Morales. That game. I have a Nintendo Switch. I play Mario. I play Super Nintendo on my Switch. When I do have free time, I have a fucking 1-year-old, and that's all. I have no free time. So, but when I do, and I'm not like doing content, and I'm not doing like NBA draft videos, I'm doing Nintendo, and I might have to buy a PlayStation in order to get this game. And that was like, I never thought I would say that there was a game that had more potential than Miles Morales, and this could be it. And then that was one of my favorite moments of today.
Oh, I agree with you 100%. I was in shock. I was waiting for like a Bat Family video game because it looks so cool. And man, like they blew me away. I need the pre-order, and please buy a PlayStation if you can. Buy it because it's the best investment. I swear.
I have PlayStation.
Yeah, I've been a Sony household since I was a kid. Like I have every single console, and it's carried me through. It's so good. Yeah, like Lo, I'm gonna go to you.
What was that? That face kind of like scared me, man. Jesus.
I'm gonna go to you. How'd you feel, man?
Oh man, I'm gonna give you like 20 seconds. I was telling Dibes this. Like I used to game a lot when I was younger, but I fell off the earth of the gaming world universe. I didn't play Arkham Knight and all that. I heard it's incredible.
It's incredible.
But just hearing you guys talk about this, it gets me excited. Playing as Nightwing, playing as possibly is Red Hood playable?
Yes.
I would assume so.
Yes.
Just hearing that gets me all tickled. So I might have to pick up a gaming system. I haven't gamed in years. So those parts of the panels I actually missed. So
yeah.
I'm telling you, bro, that combat system with co-op, when there was like this one clip where like they combined, like you could see the co-op like threw a guy in the air and the other guy like slammed it to the ground. I think it was Batgirl and like Robin.
Yeah.
But that is like major potential. Like that, like I used to play Arkham just to see how many like combo streaks I could get, like hits in a row. Like that is the best combat system ever. And that's just amazing.
It sounds like fun.
I'm so stoked. Like it looks so cool. And you know, guys, last but certainly not least, I can't even talk anymore. We're gonna talk about Zack Snyder's Justice League trailer. I wore that the whole day, AJ. I did. But Flash got me so excited. The footage of the Flash in that trailer got me so stoked. So I'm just gonna give you a rundown of what we saw. We saw Darkseid, Seed. We saw him.
I told y'all we were gonna get that. I told y'all.
True, you did. I knew they were gonna do it. We saw Euxis, or how do you pronounce that? They never say it.
No one knows how to pronounce it.
We saw him. We saw Black Suit Superman, a bit more of the cape and like all that. We saw a beautiful shot of the entire Justice League. We saw Cyborg in all of his glory. We saw more Flash stuff, and we saw Batfleck at the end. And I did start crying. Not that I almost started crying. We saw AJ bowling. I was 10 times worse, just sobbing. It was unreal. The music I didn't like, though. That Hallelujah song, like I didn't think it went with it. But that song like makes me cry by itself. So it wasn't a good time for me. It was an emotional mess. But Deebs, what did you think, man?
Oh God. All right. I mean, it was terribly boring. It was nothing more than putting Zack Snyder and that release the Snyder cut hashtag on a pedestal, and it was absolutely cringeworthy. It was it was by far the worst panel of the day, and it was so boring the entire time I'm watching this thing. Other than some like character development, like with Cyborg and Flash and Martha, like it was completely uneventful. Put just that entire like 10 to 15 minute segment of Zack Snyder, like they treated him like a god. They were like, bow before Zack Snyder, bow before your god. And it was cringeworthy. It was absolutely terrible. And I just rolled my eyes for a solid 30 minutes straight. Steppenwolf looked good. It looked like a character ripped straight out of Dark Souls, which I love. Terrible.
You want me? Can I comment first? Can I comment first? I can comment first? Okay.
Go ahead.
I 100% agree compared to the Batman trailer. But overall, I thought it was incredible. Seeing Darkseid, I thought Darkseid looked amazing. Just seeing Henry Cavill as Superman again, Batman, Wonder Woman. Overall, I thought when I saw this, honestly, I was pissed that
so bad. It looked like Injustice. It looked like you were watching Injustice in the video game.
I wouldn't say all that. But I was pissed because I thought this right now the trailer looked 100% better than what the trailer that we got in 2017, and it's okay.
Hallelujah! I feel like
the song itself, the song in the trailer was not good. It did not match the trailer whatsoever.
It was so bad.
Oh my God, on my stream, man. How could you do this to me? I'm crying on the inside.
She's like, I'm never inviting you back.
Oh my God, you just like ripped my head off with that comment. My
Here,
God.
Let me lighten the mood.
Yes, please, God, please.
So again, this is really cool. I'm glad that you gave me the opportunity, Amanda. Thank you again. I'm one of the people, like I was saying this on Geekly Goods, I wasn't like on the Snyder Cut hype train. I kind of felt like the issue was whatever about it, but like from your article and from seeing how like the positive side of it, all the positive people on the Snyder Cut like showed me that there's more to it than what I thought. It did kind of like turn my point of view around, and I will say, unlike my partner in crime over here, I actually really enjoyed it because Justice League left me with such a bad taste in my mouth. It was one of the worst experiences in my life. I almost walked out, which I never do. I respect filmmakers, I respect movies, but I almost walked out of Justice League. So to see all of this footage that I never really seen before, we saw it briefly in the original trailer of Justice League. Yeah. To see it come to life again, to see the Flash saving Iris West, to see Cyborg playing football, to see Cyborg, an alternate cut of him like with his father, and like the emotion in Ray Fisher's face.
Yes. Yeah.
I will also admit, okay, so I don't hate the song, but I feel like I was expecting like a track switch where they would pick up the pace a little bit. I didn't think he'd let the song play the entire time. But I will say this, I said it on Geekly Goods as well. It felt like the Hallelujah was a hallelujah like from the Snyder Cut fan base. Like, hallelujah, praise the day.
Yeah.
You know, this is here. And I thought as a metaphor, I think that represents them well. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Oh,
that was a gorgeous shot right there.
Oh my God. And then I got to say this, and I'm repeating myself again, but anyone that didn't hear it before, like the final shot we're about to see in like 20 or 30 seconds or so of the black suit Superman in the middle of the Justice League, that took my heart right there. And it really gave us like a different point of view, which is what I'm trying to tell people that aren't on board with this. Like, what we saw is not exactly what we're going to get here. Like, yeah, some of the storylines, some of the shots are similar, but to see it from a different perspective will change the film like 100%. And the CG here, I'm sure they can clean a lot of this up. I'm excited.
Which they still are.
I'm just mind blown that like a Zack Snyder film with all this footage, that translates to an epic trailer. And that's the trailer you're going to give us? It is god-awful.
Oh,
I'm not going to fucking, like, cupcake this. That is a boring trailer. Sorry, it is what it is. No ounce of me is going to go out and get an HBO Max subscription.
You think that's boring?
It is not that good.
God, I can't even. You know what? Here's the thing. Like, Chris, I appreciate you, man. Deebs, like, legit, you're amazing, and I appreciate you coming on tonight for sure. We always have different opinions. That shot right there, sorry, of the Justice League made me cry. This, like, everything made me cry.
It's a Zack Snyder trailer. Of course, like, it does.
It is, because you know what? I was a part of this for 4 years straight. Like,
exactly.
That made me bawl in this
right here. This gave me chills.
Gave me chills. He looks incredible. And the thing is that because I've been fighting for it for like 4 years now, and like we got to see that, it's just we're finally yeah, do it, love, do it. I'm just so happy. Like, even whether it's good or bad, I don't care. Like, I'm just watching it because it's gonna be 4 hours of like amazing content. I know for sure. Okay.
Can I say one more thing? Like,
yeah,
this is my partner in crime. He's my boy, but I can't fathom like the hatred that's emanating from him, because from what I saw, we're gonna get a different film, and I think that's a win, because Justice League was trash, and I think everything I saw in those 2 minutes or whatever it was, it convinced me that we're gonna get something better. That's all I gotta say on that.
Yeah, you're going to love the movie as a whole. I guarantee you'll be the first one to be like, 100%. I actually love this movie. I guarantee you.
I'm
AJ and Loretto. Yeah.
There you go.
AJ and Loretto know that I appreciate a great movie, and I'm sorry, I just didn't get that vibe, and I hope I am dead wrong. Period.
You made it sound like that trailer ripped your soul out. Like,
it was supposed to rip your soul out, man. I'm sorry.
I'm just being dramatic.
I'm gonna catch up on.
It's like 10:30 at Eastern time. I've been podcasting since like 2.
I know, we're almost done, guys. Don't worry. I'm gonna catch up on the comments. Chad disagrees with you, and usually he agrees with you. You're on some.
He just called Dark Knight Rises the best Batman movie.
He doesn't count. His opinions.
Wait, he said that?
Yeah.
He actually said that.
Yep. ACS Universe says Zack Snyder is fire. Yeah, keep.
Amanda, can I ask you a real question?
Yeah, man, of course. What's up?
Where is Zack Snyder in the rankings of like great directors for you?
The thing is that I think he's a really strong visual storyteller, and like I love his films for that reason. I don't rank the directors in that way, like, but he is top for like comic book films, and he makes this like amazing universe, and it's so detailed, and that's what I love about him. He pays such close attention to like the source material as well, and like as you can see, like with Man of Steel, like everything that he put into that movie, like he put his heart and soul into that thing. Like I remember watching the DVD commentary on Vero Social when they announced the Snyder Cut. Like I loved it. He just went into detail. He brought out the storyboards. Like you could tell that he's a director that really just cares about the content that he's putting out. So I think that's why I'm so attached to the Snyder Cut, because he wasn't able to flesh out like his full vision. And I think that's the most important thing about this film. From everyone. So whether it's good or bad, like I said, I'm still going to dissect it, those 4 hours, which is going to be 1 hour episodes on HBO Max. But internationally, for people who do not have HBO Max, Zack Snyder will eventually put it together, package it. Hopefully it's available 4K, getting that shit.
You know what else I noticed real quick too is like, besides the trailer, from the footage we saw in the beginning, like the cast talking to him and like the little behind the scenes clips we saw, you can tell they genuinely had a good time working with him. He's not a god, Dives. He's not a god, but
it was forced, man.
You can tell whenever we came in,
the entire day, all you heard was Zack Snyder. Can I be in this extended cut? Zack Snyder, maybe I'll have more time in this cut. Like it was literally spoon fed all to you all
No,
day
what I'm
long.
saying is
It
that you
was
can tell
100% forced.
you can
100%.
tell the cast was slighted. Like
Yeah.
it's
It
very
was bad.
obvious. They probably didn't have a good time, like especially with the way Ray Fisher has been talking about it. But when they talk to Zack, there's a difference, and I just feel like that says a lot about his filmmaking style. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not saying like I'm not arguing with Zack Snyder. What I'm saying is like what in what world does he deserve to be put on this pedestal with like the Spielbergs and the Scorseses and like I don't
He's
like
not-
that's what I said. That was my
No.
vibe today. Where
No,
they're like,
because that's not the pedestal he's on, though. That's not the pedestal he's on. It's the fact that everything that he went through, you have to understand that his journey, like that's what everyone's focusing on. And it like he has had some tragedies, he's had some heartache with this, and this was his baby. So the fact that everything that happened, like I'm not going to go into it, but everyone knows what happened surrounding it. That's why everyone's so pumped for him to get this. Like Matt Reeves spoke about it. Patty Jenkins spoke about it. Every single panel spoke about it. It's just the fact that it's what he deserves because it was ripped away from him. So it's not more of like him as a director and as a filmmaker. It's him as a person and what happened to him like creatively as a worker, like as a filmmaker.
also following tragedy, it was ripped from him. Like on top of the tragedy, it was ripped from him.
Yeah, exactly.
it's really sad.
That's
really
why.
sad.
That's why.
But I
That's
wanna-
why
I-
the trailer pissed me off.
Yeah.
I will always be honest. Like I will be always be honest.
Uh-huh.
And there were several moments where you could tell, like Gal Gadot, like Patty Jenkins, they are reading a script, and it was like just painful to watch. Like they're clearly building up this HBO Max release a Snyder Cut thing. I don't know if they had necessarily agreed it. I am very drunk, and I've been drinking all day, and I just want to like give that out. That's my complete vibe with it.
Dude, it's
Which
fair.
is why we love you.
Yeah, man. Like, I appreciate you coming on here and like giving your honest opinion. Trust me. Like, I really like. Yeah, don't worry. You're good. You're fine. You're awesome.
Oh, I have a question.
Yeah.
Are the episodes going to be weekly, or is it going to be at one all at once?
They didn't even disclose that though, dude.
I hope it's weekly.
I hope
it's weekly.
I hope it's in one shot and we've been.
No, I want to like break it down every episode.
Oh, yeah, we could do a pod.
That'd be so funny.
Going on Chad's question, I like it personally. I think it's gonna be fun to kind of like go with the hype and kind of build anticipation to like the final part of it. So
yeah, no,
I want to see more Cyborg. That was
yeah.
They need to flesh out Cyborg. They kind of like spoiled it with his dad dying. That was not cool. You saw him like kind of disintegrating, and he's like the blood coming from his eyes, and that looks great. And so, like in terms of excitement, I'm always excited. I cannot wait. I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it day one,
100%.
and but if I'm going to be completely honest, it was one of the low points.
That's fair. And
Compared to the Batman, yeah, I agree with you. It is one of the low points. The Batman crushed every single thing today. If I just got Chad today,
hey guys, Chad makes a good point. I think he says it really well right here.
Yeah, so Chad says the Batman trailer was way more hype than the Snyder Cut, but that's not a knock on the Snyder Cut trailer. The Batman was just insanely epic, but the Snyder Cut trailer was so great. I think it's like two different tones, to be perfectly honest. Like everyone's comparing the Batmans, but like even me today, like I've been comparing them the entire time, right? But today was just like I want all the content. Like it doesn't even matter anymore. And I know AJ feels the exact same way because we've been arguing with people. But it's the fact that like now that the Flash confirmed that it's going to be a full-out multiverse and they're going to link everything, like we're going to get so much more. And I think that's what's so amazing, that everything's like expanding. And like, I mean, that's how I feel. I don't know, Deebs, what about you with the multiverse?
I fully agree. I fully agree with the multiverse, with the Justice League Dark. I think that was one of the main takeaways of today.
Yeah.
I'm very excited with the direction the DC movies are moving towards. I mean, even video games, that video game, I was actually in the minority. I wasn't that impressed with the Suicide Squad game, but that that Gotham Knight game was mind-blowing.
It was
That
great.
might break me in terms of finally buying a modern console. It was a great day. This was a great day, guys. And I just want to say, like, I apologize to the Zack Snyder cult. Don't
apologize. Don't apologize.
I do not root for this film to fail. I do not root for this film to fail one bit. But I will always give 100% my 100% honest opinion.
That's all that matters.
So fair. I'm just gonna give a shout out to Geekly Goods. Thank you so much for coming by. I know you're exhausted, man. Geekly Goods did oh my god, an exceptional job covering this live stream. I hope you guys all tuned in because it was amazing.
We were there.
I know.
I can join because I was in another live podcast.
Yeah, but I'm really proud of like the work that you guys did over at Geekly Goods. Like, and thank you guys so much for like coming like to mine right after. Like, that's just insane. So it was, oh my god, the coverage that we had across Movies Matrix, Suit Up, and freaking Geekly Goods. Like, guys, we covered it like to maximum. Like, I can't believe the amount of work that went into this entire week.
It was so fun.
Like, it was so much fun. I loved it, but like, I think we're tired now.
DC is the fucking best. And we did it.
Shouts out to the Movies Matrix crew because we put out a lot of great stuff. I just want to give a shout out to Nick, to Andy, to Michael, to Sunny over in the UK. They were pumping out some great stuff all about Superman and underrated movies like Superman Returns. And I did a little bit of Batman Forever, hate it or love it. But a lot of these guys were writing some great stuff. And you guys got to check it out if you haven't, at moviesmatrix.com.
Yeah, like we actually have a podcast dropping on Monday. Movies Matrix. Loretto here is a co-host with Ryan, who was also on the podcast way before. I will be joining. Chad is also joining. Do you want to talk about the podcast for Monday a bit? No.
All right. Before that, I gotta go.
No.
I gotta help my girlfriend.
I was gonna say we'll leave it at a tease. So
okay.
See y'all.
Makes sense. All right. Bye, AJ. All right, guys. We're gonna just wrap it up now because I think we covered literally everything. And thank you guys so much for coming. By all means, plug away. Lo, if you want to go first, go ahead.
Yeah, so hey, by the way, Dibes, don't ever apologize of how something made you feel. I gave you crap. No, I gave you crap, but like it was all in good fun. If you felt like you didn't like it, that's fine. So, it's all love here. Me and Dibes host the Suit Up podcast. We have a lot of fun. We have a brand new series that we just did collab with the Geek Fix. We did Mask of the Phantasm versus The Dark Knight Returns, which was a very interesting conversation that we had. We're going to do a lot coming up. We're going to do one for Christopher Nolan. Keep an eye out for that. We're going to do one for Spider-Man. So there's a lot of fun things with the Suit Up podcast. Check us out on Twitter at SuitUpTPL. And like I said, Movies Matrix, we got all the goods. We covered the entire day. Our boy Chad, one of the founders, was live tweeting all day. I'm sure his fingers are tired. Keep an eye out for the new Down the Rabbit Hole podcast. Like Amanda was saying, it's on Monday. It's going to be awesome. And yeah, thanks for having me, Amanda. This was really fun.
Yay, I'm happy you guys had fun. Thanks for coming, Lo. Deebs, if you have anything else to add, feel free.
I'm Dibes, Mr. Crockpot on Twitter. Don't follow me. Don't. Don't. Please don't.
You should follow him. He has a lot of things. He's good.
It's like the post show all over again. He's done. He's like, I'm dead.
I think we all have carpal tunnel. We need sleep. Guys, thank you so much for coming. Thanks for tuning in. We're so excited. We love DC so much. And we had a blasty blast today, guys. So see you next time.
Thank you, Oda.
Blasty blast.
Bye.
Go DC.